Hey, we're back on the Plymouth. Put a new master cylinder in. My neighbor, Ron, he came over the other day and he was like, hey, do the brakes work? And I was like, I don't know. So we put some fluid. This is supposedly a new master cylinder, but it's leaking. I don't know if it's new or not. I don't know. Maybe they put it in wrong. I have no idea. It's windy as heck. So I'm sorry about the audio. I'm going to bench bleed this master cylinder, and then we're gonna put it on the truck. Well, I got this over here on the bench vise, but I realized I should probably take the other one off and make sure that the pokey, the thing, whatever it's called, I forget. I can't think of what it's called, but the thing, make sure, you know, the bore diameter and everything is the same. So we're gonna take it off, the old one off, and then compare these before I go through the trouble of bleeding this and it turns out it's the wrong part. Alright. Taking off the old master cylinder. Gonna put a new one on. Hey, what are we doing here? What size is this? 9/16? Yes. Ugh. Oh, I need to, yeah, duh. Time to get some brake fluid all over the ground. Oh, great. That's stripped. I love that. Cool. Okay. Well, let me get some vice grips. All right. I got the vice grip sized wrench here. Hopefully this doesn't give me too much trouble. Alright, so I need to keep this stationary. Seems like it's gonna come off fine though. Where's my 5/8 wrench at? It's coming off now. I'm pretty sure that plumber's tape doesn't do anything. All right. Cool. And then we got these 3/8 or 9/16. What are they? No. Are they 1/2 inch? 1/2 inch, yep. We got these 1/2 inch bolts holding it in. Let me go get a ratchet. Alright, only important thing to note is this junction box, junction phenolic wiring junction thing was mounted to the top left of the master cylinder. Make sure I don't break anything. Cool. I guess this could have just flash rusted, but I doubt this does. I mean, this, sorry, you couldn't see anything. I don't know. I don't think this master cylinder is that old, but I don't think it's that new either. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to go make sure that everything is the correct thing, and then we're going to rebuild, or we're going to bleed the new one and replace it. Alright, just a quick little check here. Yep. We are good. Alright, let's go bleed this thing. Oh, I guess I should probably make sure this thread pitch is the same. No. The thread pitch is different. Cool. Well, I guess I'm going to O'Reilly to get parts. Was the thread pitch even correct? Let's see if the thread pitch was even correct for this other one. Wow, I'm dumb. There was an adapter which is probably also not ideal, which might also be the reason for all of these problems. But let's see if the adapter thread pitch is correct. Yes, of course it is. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm smart enough to remember that there was an adapter. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Absolutely don't have the proper tools to do this, but I can at least pretend that I'm doing it, kind of. So I'm just gonna fill this with brake fluid and then just leave these little guys in here, and then get like a cup or something and just like kind of sort of halfway bleed it. All right, so if this doesn't actually do anything, I'm sorry. I did this once and it worked, so I mean, it seems to be working. The fluid's going somewhere. All right, it's starting to go a squirting. So, all right, that's good enough. It's good enough for me. I'm sure that didn't do as good of a job as it could have, but it did a better job than doing nothing. So we're gonna try to not spill brake fluid everywhere. Take this back over to the truck. Probably just lose all the brake fluid and then this doesn't matter, and then I'll just pretend that I did it again. And then hopefully we don't even have to do anything other than just bleed the brakes. I'm sure we won't be that lucky though. All right. I'm obviously gonna squirt out some of the fluid, but that's okay. Ah! The fluid definitely is in there because this thing weighs way more and we only lost a little bit. So I'm just gonna finger tighten these bolts. And then if nothing else, we'll just have to bleed these longer. Hopefully we don't explode any of the lines. They actually don't look terrible. The lines on my Courier look worse than these, and they've held up. Oh, speaking of the Courier, I drove the Courier to work today for the first, that's the longest trip it's ever been on out on the road. I mean, it's only like 5-6 miles, but feels like I'm driving a skateboard. But it goes, you know, it goes good. I pulled the battery cable off so we're not hot. I don't want to shock myself or explode something or die at 37. And then I guess I'm gonna give the pedal a slight pump, but I don't want to pump it too much because these will just pop out and then I won't have bled it. But I just want to feel it. Maybe I'll just use my little fingies. I'm just gonna give it a little. Okay, it's working. The doohickeys are still in there, but juice came out, so that's good. Okay, let's get these lines back on, or line rather. I'll tell you what, it's hotter than 2 hot dogs out here. I'm gonna take off this plumber's tape because I'm sure that's really doing a lot for us. Okay, need to do this kind of fast-ish, so I'm gonna thread that on. I kind of did it, I guess, okay. Probably go grab the brake fluid after I tighten this and make sure we're not just down to nothing again. Or not before I do this, but after I do this. Did I say after or did I say before? I don't know. Oh, great. That was not actually the correct size wrench. Where'd my little stubby boy go? Did he fall down too? Well, where's my wrenches at? Alright, I got this thing tightened. There we go. Just, oh yeah, I forgot that this was vice grip size. Maybe I've got new threads. Or maybe they just way over tightened it. Kind of probably a little bit of both, I'd imagine. So this is supposed to be 7/16, but it was kind of chewed on. If I had line wrenches, that'd be good, but I don't, so but that's okay. Come on. Get on there, little guy. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little tighten with the vice grips that I dropped on the ground. Kind of twisting the line a little bit, which I don't love. I guess I'm gonna just tighten it a little bit more, and then if it leaks, I'll deal with that. Okay, yeah, that's as tight as it's gonna get. Okay, so this has got the brake light thing. I assume that these wires go to it. I'm not worried about the brake lights right now. I doubt any of this even does anything. The wiring on this car is, I mean, I redid some of the wiring, like the ignition wiring and the alternator wiring in the last video, but the wiring in this car is terrible and or doesn't exist. So we might mess with that, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna put this little guy on the bottom. All right, I gotta take this little brake light thingy off of this. Hopefully it doesn't leak. So I'm kind of curious how this thing works. I'm guessing like there's like a diaphragm in it or something. And it like, the juice shoots it down and then it like touches something and grounds it or something. That would be my guess of how this works. But I gotta put this on the new one. So this adapter, I was like, well, I might as well make sure that this is actually tight enough on here, and it absolutely wasn't. So I'm betting that this would have ended up leaking. One more little tighten. I'm using these little stubby wrenches, but that's okay. Cool, got it. That's probably not gonna leak now. I put more brake fluid in the master. I gotta do this quick too, because this obviously, gravity is gonna make this brake fluid fall out faster than the other one, so. Come on. Come on there, little guy. Is this the wrong size? I think this might be the wrong size. I totally should have checked. No, it's not. It's just having a hard time threading in there. All right. I think that was 9/16. Where the heck did all my wrenches go? I thought I had a big 9/16 wrench. Oh, I do. Here it is. I should have spray painted this before I put it in, but I'm gonna actually spray paint it so it doesn't just immediately flash rust when it leaks. I'll just take like a plastic bag. Ugh. Ugh. Cool. Let's spray paint that. All right, I got it taped off. I used an old water bottle bag from camping. So we're gonna just zap this real quick with some engine enamel. I'm sure I'll do a great job. All right, I'm calling that good enough. Okay, got that painted. I guess I just need to try to start to bleed them and see what happens. I think I'm gonna stick a piece of cardboard down here so I can see the leaks a little bit easier. Yeah, I'm gonna do that first. Look at that, he's got a little home there. Little girlie's home. She's just hanging out. So I'm bleeding these by myself. I got my brake bleeding tools here. But I guess let's give this thing some pumps. Go ahead and refill the master. And then I'm gonna start passenger side. Open that one up. You know, you know how to bleed brakes. So after those pumps, that was getting pretty empty. I went ahead and refilled it. Gonna give it some more pumps. I'm already building pressure, so that's a good sign. Oh, I saw it do a sploosh. See what we got?
And there's splash.
A bunch of air returning. So what I think I might do is just go ahead and pop the back one open so the air goes that way. So I have to very inconveniently climb down on this sidewalk, and I've already got a wrench on this. I'm just gonna do that off camera. No, I'm not. I'll show you. So there's brakes. So all 4 tires have brakes. So the pedal is in the, you know, like where mommy or daddy or me sits. The pedal, one pedal makes the car go, and then the other pedal makes the car stop. So yeah, when you,
what makes it slow down?
The same one that makes it stop makes it slow down. So you push on that one, and it pushes basically like a juice. It pushes
like orange juice.
Kind of like orange juice, sort of, and it pushes the juice, and then the juice makes some pads squeeze the tires basically, and then that's what well, it squeezes them so they can't spin anymore. So the juice pushes the pads, and then those pads, there's 2 of them, and the juice pushes them this way, and then they go and they stop the tire from spinning. So I went ahead and cracked that passenger side rear. Hopefully we can get some fluid back that way. Air is, well, let me put the cap back on this thing because we're not doing too good. Well, let me fill it with fluid. Let me fill this with fluid, get the cap back on it, mess around with this a little bit off camera because it's kind of hard for me to show you me do the same thing over and over and over again. I also have a vacuum bleeder that I honestly haven't really had a whole lot of luck with, but we might also just try to use that because we're pretty much starting from scratch here. All right, well, I can't get any fluid to go to that, so there's probably a clog in the line somewhere. So what I think I might do is just try to just see if this master cylinder leaks, and then maybe start with one of these front wheel cylinders and then kind of just see if I can get pressure built up, and then we'll figure out where the clog or the I don't know how this brake system works. There's a junction here, and then I'm assuming that there is a junction somewhere else, but I haven't really been up under it, so I'm assuming that there is a leak somewhere. So my dang camera holder broke. All right, take this wrench off this bleeder, try to bleed one of the front brakes. Did I already do that? Well, that ain't gonna work. All right, got that tightened up. Let's go try a front brake. Turn the wheel a little bit for easier access. All right, here's a bleeder. Is this the same size wrench as the drums? Oh, I'm in a very weird position. I can't do it from this position. All right, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but when I cracked this one, fluid came out and air. So I'm gonna do the push it down with your foot, put some bricks on it, come down here, pop it, blah, 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 etc. I got the front ones, but I know I'm doing this backwards. Listen, I know that what I'm doing isn't really going to work very well. I'm just trying to get an idea of if I'm going to have any crazy leaks in any of the lines. Is it going to blow one of the lines out, etc. I'm building pressure. It's not a ton, but I bled the front brakes a couple times. I'm hoping that I can build enough pressure that I can start getting pressure to the back. We're gonna try the passenger side rear now and see what happens. So you get your brick. Oh, sorry. You get your brick, and you push them in, and then you stick your other brick there, and that's how you do it by yourself. All right, so I'm not getting anything out of the rear, so there's got to be a junction somewhere that's clogged, because I would say it would be the lines. So it goes from a hard line to a soft line back to a hard line, so there's got to be a junction somewhere, and it's got to be clogged. So I might just try to take it off, take it apart and clean it. Maybe I just got to find it first. All right, I'm gonna go on the hunt for the junction box, or whatever. I don't know what you call it. The junction for the brake lines. All right, so the only junction box in this whole car is right here. So it comes off the master cylinder, and then these two go to the sides, and then there's a line that goes to the back. Wait, there's got to be another one somewhere. So let me look back on the rear end again, I guess. But this line here goes to the back. I can't get that off the junction, but I mess with the brakes again, and I actually do have quite a bit of a pedal. I mean, it's not the best pedal ever, but it is a pedal. So let me see if I can find another junction on the rear end, I guess, because I can't get that off, and I don't want to totally strip it. All right, I'll show you here in a second. Just grabbing some random size wrenches here. Hopefully I'll grab the right one. So the line off this junction comes down the driver's side. Sorry, I can't talk. And then it goes to a hose, one single hose. And then it comes up onto the rear end, and then it comes off to the passenger side, and then tees off to the driver's side. It has a bleeder. I could kind of see it from where I was laying. I don't want to jack this truck up because it's on the gravel, but I might have to, but I don't know yet. So I'm gonna climb under there. I'm gonna bring the camera. You might not be able to see what's going on though. This right here, I believe, is the bleeder. So I think I can just pop that off and see what happens. The brake line Might need to be replaced. That might be the culprit. But we're gonna try this first. If I just have to replace one brake line, that's fine. I don't mind to do that. So we're at 3/8, I think. Did I bring a 3/8? Of course I didn't. Oh no, wait. I can't see anything. We're at 1/2 inch, I think. I got only a little stubby 1/2 inch because I didn't think it was gonna be 1/2 inch. I can't see what's going on. So let me go over to the other side. This doesn't seem to do anything, but just spin. But I can't see what's going on, so. Okay. I don't know what this thing is. It's like a little cap. Oh, it's like a cap. Okay, this is the nut under it. There's some stuff on the screen. Sweat, it's my own sweat. There's a little nut down here. Cool, okay. Let me figure out what size this is and try to bleed this thingy. Oh, hi there. Okay, so it's actually, this screw is the mount. I loosened it and I realized it's just the mount for this T thing. I'm guessing it's this brake line that's clogged. Should I try to loosen it? Yeah. It's not gonna hurt. If it's broken, I'm gonna have to replace it, or if it's, you know, it's clogged or broken or whatever, I'm gonna have to replace it anyway, but maybe this way I can get some of the gunk out of it. So I gotta figure out what size it is. And I think that's the right move. Or maybe try to loosen that one. I don't know. I'm gonna try to loosen that one because I'm not gonna be able to loosen this one because if I try to twist it, it's just gonna break. So yes, I'm gonna loosen that one and then see what happens. Not the right size. I can't see what tools I'm grabbing here. Is that just stripping that? Yeah, it's just stripping it. Great, love it. I don't know what I should do right now. I feel like if I want to heat this up or use vice grips, I should probably have other parts. So I think I might be done for the day. Yeah, because I think the only way I'm going to get that off there is heat. But we do have kind of a pedal, so we are making progress. I have one line wrench and it's 11/16. I was actually able to crack this open. I wasn't filming any of this because I didn't think any of it was going to work. But I heard some air come out. Yep, there it is. And that line, I can't tell if it's squirting out. I can't tell what's going on yet. I'm gonna get brake fluid all over myself, so I'm gonna turn this camera off and get out of the way. Okay, it's shooting out the hard line, so I'm gonna have to order a hard line, and then yeah, we'll have to go from there. So that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna hop on the old interwebs. I'm sure O'Reilly will have one. I'll just measure the distance-ish, and then we'll put a new hard line in. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but I probably will be. So anyway, all right, that's it for the day. I'll see you back in a couple days.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Well, hot diggity dog, sorry about the abrupt ending, but we ended up selling the Plymouth. Thanks for watching, and you'll be seeing the new project soon, or maybe you already did. Check out us on Instagram, Patreon, and check out the merch store. Thanks so much for watching. Keep figuring it out.